our form is looking great here for editing employees. I think the next thing that we're going to work on is giving ourselves the ability to text a user their schedule. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this might be a little bit underwhelming. Like texting people, gee, that sounds like something that's really hard, right? Well, this is one of the awesome things about React Native. It is incredibly easy to text people, or at least to initiate the texting process. We're not going to like automatically send off a text message to the target employee. We're going to kick our users over to their native text messaging client on the device, and we'll let them send the final message. So it's going to be perhaps a little bit underwhelming, but sometimes when programming, that's actually a very good thing to have happen. So let's check out the package that's going to help us out. Inside my browser, I've navigated over to npmjs.com. This is where we can find documentation on all the different packages on NPM. I'm going to look up a specific package called React Native Communications. And I'll navigate right to it. So here's React Native Communications. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit. The fantastic thing about this package is that it works both for iOS and Android. So we can use this to not only text people, but also to initiate phone calls, emails. So here's all the stuff about emails, and then here's what we really care about, texting as well. And this is pretty much it. That's all we got to do. We're going to call text, pass in the phone number that we want to text something to, and the body of the text message. So definitely something we don't need to overcomplicate here. Let's first install this as an npm package. At my command line, I'll do npm install, save React Native Communications. And I'm sure that's going to finish installing really quickly here. So while that's going, I'm back in my employee edit form. Inside of here, I want to add a new button to do our texting. So here's my render method. I've got the employee form. Here's the card section with my button. I'm a little bit, I don't know if I want to make a separate card section for this thing. I think I will. Let's make a new card section for this second button that we're going to add. I'm going to put a little bit of spacing between these just to make it a little bit easier to read. So we'll add on an on press. We'll say on text press. How about that? And then the text for the button, we'll add in text schedule, like so. So now whenever someone touches this button, we're going to call the helper method on text press. Let's add that in right now. On text press. And then back up at the top, I will import. Let's first make sure that the installation was successful. Yep, it is. So I will import communications from React Native Communications. And then here comes the kind of disgustingly easy part. I know I should have tried to made this a lot harder than it is. We'll take our phone and our shift from our props object, and then we'll call communications.text, the phone number, and I'll do an interpolated string here because I'll customize the message just a little bit. Your upcoming shift is on shift. So I did use string interpolation here, or template strings, so make sure that you get those backticks instead of regular quotes there. Also, I think that this error message right here, if ESLint is complaining to you, do not sweat it. This is not something to worry about. It's just saying, hey, it also has this export that you could grab. Totally optional. I really like having communications.text as opposed to just text by itself. Anyways, let's test this out in our emulator. So I'll refresh. Let's sign in. I'll go over to Jane and I'll text Jane the schedule. And whenever I press this, looks like not quite getting any response here. So let's figure out what's going wrong in the next section.